Welcome to the WTOC First Alert Weather Podcast, sponsored by Ogeechee Heating and Air.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us for another edition of the WTOC First Alert Weather Podcast. I'm meteorologist Dave Turley, and I'm joined as always with meteorologist Andrew Gordon. Andrew, today it is Tuesday, February 24th, and it's been a cold one.
It was definitely very chilly this morning. Some of those wind chills got down close to 20 degrees. The actual temperatures you can see widespread away from the coast in the 20s.
Yeah, officially 28 degrees here in Savannah, and that certainly was cold, well below average. The record low was 25, but that's not the coldest we've been so far this season. Didn't even break really the top five. The coldest we've been was back here February 1st. We bottomed out at 19 degrees. And we see a lot of these temperatures in the low to mid 20s here so far this winter season. Over the past several days, those temperatures, as you can see, those morning lows have been a little bit chilly out there beginning on Sunday once that cold front moved through.
Yeah, and we've got another cool morning ahead of us for Wednesday, but beyond that point, we start to warm up in that 7-day forecast.
Yeah, it's crazy because we had some very warm temperatures last week. We actually had two record highs in here for Friday and again on our Saturday. Then the cold front moved on through. That gave us the showers and storms, and it's been very cold ever since. But high pressure is building in, so it's been dry, and we are going to keep things pretty quiet. If you have plans to be outside today, here on this Tuesday, even into Wednesday, Thursday, looks to be very nice before we get our next rain chance coming up on our Friday.
Yeah, but look at those temperatures across the East Coast, still very cold. Of course, a lot of snow fell up in New England, and we're kind of on the fringe of that cooler air down here in the Southeast.
Yeah, the high pressure is bringing with it the dry weather, but it's also bringing with it those colder temperatures on the backside of the high. This is why I wanted to show you this. Look at all those warmer temperatures. And again, this is as of 11 o'clock in the morning, which is about, 10 o'clock there? They're an hour behind. Yeah. We're seeing temperatures in the 50s now in Cheyenne, West, or Wyoming. I always say West Virginia. And we're seeing a lot of the warmer air in the central U.S., and that's what's going to build back into our area here as we move on through the rest of the week.
Yeah, so it's on the way. If it was a little too cold for you this morning, we do have another cool night ahead of us tonight. But like Dave has been saying, it's going to stay dry.
Yeah, we are going to see more clouds advancing in, so we do expect to see more clouds coming up for our Wednesday, but dry. More seasonable temperatures tomorrow. I think we'll see a lot more of those upper 60s, maybe even a few 70s south of the Altamaha River tomorrow. And notice the rain staying out to our west for our Wednesday.
Yeah, a little bit more cloud cover, I think, on Wednesday as well. So warmer, but with some clouds up above.
Yep, and we're going to be pretty quiet again on Thursday. Maybe an isolated sprinkle, 10-20% chance for a light shower. Friday, as we can see, that is our best chance for seeing more showers and storms. We definitely do need the rain. That's with our next cold front.
Yeah, and a very good chance there. Thankfully, it doesn't look like we're going to have any severe storms with this, at least as of right now when we're recording this. So we'll have to keep watch on that, but maybe some much needed rain coming in.
Yeah, we definitely could use that. Timing here, looks like the front's going to move through late morning, early afternoon. The front will clear, will cool down just a bit. There's not a lot of colder air behind this front that's going to move into our area, but some computer models are suggesting that even though the front clears, we are going to see some moisture kind of hanging around, possibly lingering into our Saturday. So here's a look at the European model. There we are, kind of drying out, but then kind of lingering some showers into part of our Saturday.
Yeah, so if you do have some Friday night plans, it looks like at least could be damp, maybe drying out. There's a brief window where it could dry. It's going to be really a tough call for those Friday plans. Yeah,
so that's something we'll be watching here and updating you as we go along and get closer. Just know that the best timing of any of those rain showers, morning and into the afternoon, and then it becomes a little bit more iffy later into the evening hours and again on our Saturday. So how much rain are we expecting to see? Well, we showed you the European. This is what the European model is suggesting through 11 p.m. Sunday, but most of that rain will be out of here by Saturday.
Yeah, so maybe a quarter to half an inch, isolated higher amounts, but I'd say quarter to half is pretty fair right now.
Yeah, and you can kind of see some similarities between the European and the GFS, not in the amount of what the rain totals are, but where we have the higher rain totals here in Hinesville and Richmond Hill into Jessup, kind of lining up. This is the GFS, or what the GFS is saying, although they're expecting a lot more in the way of rain.
Yeah, maybe split the difference on this one. I don't see many areas getting close to 2 inches, at least right now. There's too many inconsistencies. Just an idea of what some of the model outputs are.
Yeah, the GFS is suggesting maybe a little bit of some thunderstorms developing here, which should help produce a lot more rain over a particular area, almost what we call a training event, kind of the storm setting up over the same areas. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Either way, it does look like we're going to get some measurable, much-needed rainfall Friday and lingering into at least maybe Saturday afternoon. Then we start to dry things out. So the First Alert 7-day forecast actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, and as Dave's saying, this is more of a first half of your day for Saturday. So really second portion of Saturday and Sunday, very nice for errands, outdoor plans, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, Sunday actually looks to be warmer. Again, I talked about not much of a lot of colder air behind that front. We will cool down a little bit, upper 60s, but that's seasonable. Well, we're right back into the 70s there on Sunday. And even into Monday right now, it looks to be pretty quiet with partly cloudy skies and highs upper 60s. So that is looking good.
Yeah, long range is calling for above average temperatures too. So I know that's pretty chilly, but you can see all of that orange setting up for us as we then transition into a new month.
Yeah, this is the monthly outlook here from the Climate Prediction Center. This is suggesting there's a very high likelihood of these temperatures remaining above average for the month. So that's an average. There could be a few cool downs, but statistically speaking, over the entire month will be probably a little bit warmer than average.
Sure looks like it. So maybe more 70s a little quicker.
Yeah, so still a little bit of everything. Again, we have one more cold morning coming up here with those low to mid 30s Wednesday. Then we're going to warm things back up, and it'll all be a memory of those freezing temperatures we saw in here, at least for the short term. It's still winter time.
Yeah, and as you look at your Friday, Saturday plans, check back in here in a day or so, and we're gonna have a much better idea. Some of these 72-hour models are gonna have multiple runs by this point tomorrow, and we'll have a better idea of the timing.
It's pretty good advice out there. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of the WTOC First Alert Weather Podcast. For meteorologist Andrew Gordon, I'm meteorologist Dave Turley. We will see you next time.